People continue to flee Sudan's capital, where fighting is entering a second week. And the House of Representatives is expected to vote this week on a Republican-backed bill that would raise the nation's debt ceiling. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. Foreign governments continue extracting their diplomats and other citizens out of Sudan. Fighting has moved into a second week between two Sudanese army generals battling each other for control. The EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, says the international community is pressuring both generals to stop fighting.
We have to continue pushing for a political settlement. We cannot afford that Sudan, which is a very populated country, implodes, because it will be sending shockwaves around the whole Africa.
Relief groups say more than 400 people have been killed in Sudan and thousands injured. The toll is likely higher as the fighting makes it difficult to claim bodies that are in the streets. The House is expected to vote on a Republican-backed bill this week that would raise the nation's debt ceiling. NPR's Windsor Johnston reports the measure would lift the borrowing limit in exchange for deep cuts in federal government spending, something opposed by Democrats.
The tit-for-tat battle over the nation's finances has been dragging on for months. Democrats in both the House and Senate have argued that attaching a bill to lift the borrowing limit to cuts in government spending is a non-starter. Instead, they're pushing to pass a clean debt ceiling bill, something that was done 3 times under the previous administration. Republicans introduced a plan to raise the debt ceiling last week that's contingent on spending cuts, including much of President Biden's climate and social services law. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has been working to get members of his caucus on board with his plan. Windsor Johnston, NPR News, Washington.
Closing arguments are scheduled to begin today in the seditious conspiracy trial against several members of the far-right group, the Proud Boys. NPR's Carrie Johnson reports the defendants argue there was no plan to storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021.
Lawyers for the former Proud Boys chairman Enrique Tarrio and 4 other defendants say they had no agreement to stop the certification of the 2020 presidential election. 2 members of the far-right group, Zach Reel and Dominic Pizzola, took the witness stand near the end of the trial. Prosecutors say the men sought to overthrow the government by using force and leveraging a mob of thousands of other people on the Capitol grounds. Jurors may not begin their deliberations until Tuesday in the long-running trial. Carrie Johnson, NPR News, Washington.
Jury selection starts today in Pittsburgh for the federal trial of a man accused of shooting and killing 11 people at a synagogue in 2018. Robert Bowers had earlier offered to plead guilty in exchange for a life sentence, but that offer was denied. Prosecutors allege Bowers harbored deep hatred toward all Jewish people. His lawyers have recently said Bowers has schizophrenia and brain impairments. You're listening to NPR News.